Hey, sweet cheeks. Let's talk about Cronje. See, I have a post here, and it's actually going to be very fun to read because it is from Feb 18th, 2021. This was when I was just participating in all the crypto madness, and I didn't truly understand what's going on. And you didn't really need to, but I'm showing this to you so you can learn. And I'm showing you how I learned. So at the start, here's my post. I love going balls deep into projects with a giant moat. Andre is building Yearn finance empire of epic proportions. That was my original prophecy. 1 YFI is 12 BTC. And it was really growing and happening, and DeFi was growing, right? I've got him blocked here. Alright, so I made this so you can appreciate the Yearn empire. So no one was doing any of these images or anything. I just came onto Twitter. I just came on. I didn't know what was going on. I just was like, I don't like being here, but whatever. We'll see what happens. So I made this picture. You have a castle. You have Yearn in the middle, YFI, and you have all this stuff around. Now, if you've been around in crypto now, you will laugh at all of these projects because literally all of them are either abandoned, went to zero, or rug pulled. Gone. Every single one of them. Or if they're alive, like Sushi, they're barely surviving. So Keeper is like minus 96%. I don't even know what's going on with that anymore. Badger DAO got exploited. And if you remember, Celsius got crushed on them too. Alpha Finance, it was one of my prophecies, my very first prophecy, it was great. But it's just, they had to rename to Alpha Finance DAO. Cream, complete scam, grift, scum. Sushi, very unfortunate, man. They're just falling behind so much, running out of money of a treasury. I don't even know what's going on. I mean, I hope they survive. I'll leave them around here. I'll give them just a little tick of hope. Curve is around, but minus 95%, But it's around. I guess it's still good. Cover was a complete rug pull and grift. We all got rugged. Lost 3 bullets on that, man. That pissed me off. Acropolis, also rugged. I got in from a YouTube influencer. Rugged hard. Pickle Finance, rugged. Oh, man, that's crap. So if you look at Yearn, I mean, you might even say this is almost rugged too, but you can't blame Yearn for going down. Yearn relies on DeFi yield to exist, and when the US Fed raises interest rates, I mean, the Ponzi yield of crypto just gets crushed, right? So how's that for a moat, right? How's that for a moat? Look at that, just destruction everywhere. And you're probably wondering, why are we going through this, man? You got to know that Andre was revered as a champion of crypto. A champion. By the way, he blocked me for this image. I'm not joking. I just made this image. I just came to Twitter and I'm like, oh, I can interact with cool famous people and stuff. And I just tagged him with this. I thought, oh, it's gonna be funny. Instant block. Oh man. Anyway, this kind of shows you more about his personality, right? So Andre, he was hailed as the king of DeFi and crypto. So if you go to crypto right here, you type in Andre Cronje Maxi, first video, Andre Cronje just rug pulled DeFi. So that kind of tells you where this video is going. So Andre has, let's go to the charty McChance. Andre has, I would say, 10 out of 10 expertise. So yeah, 10 rating, 10 out of 10 expertise for tech developing, creation of DeFi models, etc. Alright? 10 out of 10. I'm not exaggerating. 10 out of 10. He is very highly skilled at that. He even released, I think like a Substack article where he basically hands out, I don't know, like maybe 10 or something models just for free. He's like, hey, this is an idea for a DeFi project. It's a Forex currency swap. And then another thing is like an auto hedging. And then another tool is, some sort of rerouting DeFi yield perp thing. Just some complex stuff. And it's amazing that he can actually think of this and do this and put it together himself. It's very, very skilled like that. Now, on the surface, when you come in, and I'm telling you right now, this guy's like 10 out of 10 for that. He started DeFi season basically for 2020. All the Ethereum maxis loved him because he brought network effect to DeFi. That's why they give him a pass. even though all of his projects, just like many other coins, are down 94, 95%, he's abandoned a lot. He just doesn't stick with stuff. Don't shoot the messenger. Go look at their charts and their communities, okay? So if that upsets you, you got to think twice. So he's 10 out of 10 in that. But we know the story's not going to end there, because you know how there's a wake of destruction everywhere. So here's the unfortunate thing. Being a 10 out of 10 tech coder developer on your merits does not mean the coins that you support and own are going to go up. It almost has nothing to do with that, right? We're going to go through some examples of people who are not applying any real technical complex stuff to crypto, and their community is sticky, okay? So this is what we're going to go through. So Andre fans are not sticky. This is what you got to know. They have all been rugged. They've all been rugged hard, real hard. He went on Phantom, he solidly rugged. He just literally went, I'm rugging his all at the beginning of the bear market. He goes, I'm done. See you later. He said, I'm done. I'm see you later. And he just quit, man. He just quit. And if you've been listening to me, you understand that the community is the asset, not the code. What does your friend Sami say all the time? I'm going to write this down. Community is the asset, not the code. Get this through your head. It's all about the community in crypto. This is why we're going to make it. This is why we're going to make it. Nobody understands this part yet. One day they will, and the edge will be lower. But right now, the community is the asset, not the code. When I evaluate communities, I look at the memes. I look at the participation of the communities. I look at the adoption of people, how sticky they are. I look at all these qualitative stuff that you can't get just by looking at the numbers, right? Obviously, the numbers do help too, but you get the point. If you're just looking at the code, oh, this is a complex stuff, you ain't getting anywhere. This guy's a leading example, just Ruggie. So they call him literally Andre Ruggie. 10 out of 10 expertise. A grade plus. But he does not give any time or effort to maintaining the community, keeping people around. People want to see a leader, man. They want to see a leader. You can't be like the support group of a community. You have to be the leader, right? You have to be the actual elder priest, right? And you need your mage staff. You need that, right? And then here's a little campfire, and all the people in the community right here. You can't be next to them. You actually have to be on top of them. People want that. People want that. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you. I know what people want. People want to see a strong leader. People want to see a fighter. People want to see someone who breaks the rules, who defends, who takes people down, who's strong, who does funny memes. They want to see strength. That's what we want to see. You can look around you, from politicians, businessmen, popular meme people. We want to see strength. Okay? Now in crypto, we can't get in a ring and fight each other, but there's debating. There's, people do the retorts. Like, hey, this person is just trying to take us down. We're better than that, etc. We love seeing that. We love that. People are inherently sheep. We are followers. We want to see a leader kill it. We want to see someone take charge who just does it. That's what we want to see. Andre does not do that. Okay? Andre doesn't do that. He is, in any test of complex DeFi creation and coding and stuff, he'll absolutely crush everyone. But when it comes to community, when it comes to handling the trolls, when it comes to trolling the trolls themselves, when it comes to having confidence, cockiness, arrogance, he does not fulfill that at all. And that's why all these projects have been abandoned. Because nothing ever stays long enough to be strong enough. His expertise is not enough. So you're starting to understand many community leaders out there have nowhere near his complexity, and they still have stuff going for them, right? So Elon Musk, you might go, oh, but Elon Musk is a technical guy. Nope. He's done nothing for Doge. He just made it cool, man. He's like, woohoo, picture of a dog. Woo! Memes. That's it. Did 250x. He's still around. He's still around. And you know, Doge isn't going to be some super complex stuff. It's literally just going to be a meme for the next 10 to 20 years of our lives. Little kids are going to have Doge shirts. It's just going to be a cute little fun meme joke thing, right? That's what it's going to be. So he's not putting his rocket science code, oh, let's upgrade the tech to do this stuff, right? Sticky community, Doge, sticky community. I like Doge. It's fun, okay? Next one, Charles H. Cardano, right? So you might say, well, Cardano's got a, you know, complex layer and algorithm. Well, not really. Not really. Nothing more complex than everything else. They do stuff a bit differently, but look at Charles himself. Charles himself is a good leader, right? He knows how to do good public marketing. He knows how to manipulate people. He knows how to groom people well. By the way, when I use these words, they're in a positive light, okay? It's not the way you think. We're just like trying to be honest here. So he's very good at mass marketing, very good at talking to people. He's very good at reframing stuff. He's very good at, like, when there's a crypto crash, he makes a video and he like comforts everyone. He's very good when like what I love seeing him do. He goes and puts on a suit and he goes to like the US politicians and he's like, "How dare you? How dare you?" He goes and talks to them, man. He starts conversations with them. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You're seeing a leader represent you. That's what people want to see. They don't actually care that you haven't released much. People don't actually care. We just want to see a leader. That's what people want. You go back to my tweet, how wrong I was. This Yearn empire, this moat, wasn't a moat. It wasn't a moat at all, because I was looking at the wrong stuff. But I've learned, and that's why I'm teaching it, man. By the way, you can still make money having the wrong mindset. You can, and the wrong mental frame. You can still make money. So, obviously Richard Hart, very strong leader. Very strong. Does not apologize. Does not say sorry for anything. He weeds out weak hands all the time. He trolls people, makes people in crypto cry. He does not comfort anyone. He just represents strength. You know, I bet if he started flipping his stuff and started being like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, did you lose? Oh, I'm so sorry." If he actually was sincere about that, he would probably drop some popularity. I know it's funny. You'd think it'd go the opposite, but no. I know the psychological makeup of the average Hexican, right? A lot of them are war veterans, so people actually served in the US Army. A lot of them, they don't lean heaps to the right, but they're kind of in the middle right, where people still have more conservative family values. Like, there's more of a chance that they're in there, right? And people are more outspoken. It's strong. It's strong. It's stern. It sticks out. That's the image you get. Okay, and that's probably a reason why you might see Charles be shielded more on YouTube influencers, because he can turn on the "I'm so sorry," like, "I'm empathize with you," you know, the politician stuff. Richie does not have that politician ability of like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry," because he's just thinking about one thing: winning. And it doesn't even matter, you know, empathy or not. But no tech stuff. Hex here, this is Hex chart, obviously. Hex did this. It's a simple staking mechanism coin, store of value. All right. There is nothing super complex. Compare that to Andre made a complex forex hedging DeFi model where you can like move different currencies across each other from the pound to the yen, and then some auto hedging thing. All this complex stuff, man. It doesn't account for anything, because you can always copy paste code, but you can't copy paste the network effect. You can't copy paste the community. You really cannot do that, and I mean that. Right? That's why Andre does not have a sticky community behind him. You got a lot of sour people, man. A lot of people. We don't like seeing people who leave. Imagine you're in a tribe. You're here. You're one of these dudes. Yeah, and you just see the tribe leader just disappear. He just leaves. How are you gonna react, man? You're gonna be like betrayed. You're like, "Oh, what? He's leaving? He's left the tribe? What?" Imagine that. Just think about that. That's exactly how people see these, you know, crypto coins and communities. So all these coins, right? They don't have, you know, we've got Doge, we've got Cardano, we've got Hex. There's nothing like super complex about them, really. And if there is, like with Cardano, maybe there is some complex stuff. People are not there for the code. They're there to see a leader. So Andre is a leading example of why having all the skill in the world still won't be enough to carry a brand name in crypto. We really love to see leaders in strength. And you know this yourself. Look around. Look around, you know. Vitalik doesn't apologize. You know, I remember in Vitalik is even like, he's like sworn at people. He did in Russian language, like he said, you know, Ethereum is, I think in the Russia-Ukraine stuff, he was replying to some Russian woman on Twitter, and he literally said, he goes, you know what, Ethereum may be independent or neutral, but I'm not. So go F yourself. And F. Like, he actually snapped on Twitter, which is funny. I'm like, man, this guy from Mars, this alien, is actually pretty alright. He's going toe to toe for these red. He's yelling at a woman as well. Like, it's funny to see. He's a good leader, man. He's a good leader. So these are the qualitative things you need to evaluate when you look at these, right? Nothing to do with this complex code. And I already know, in the next bull market, there will be people who don't go for big leader. They'll want to see anonymous leader, but there's a new Ponzi yield DeFi thing that cross hedges, perp dexes. And that's okay. I just want you to know, we will probably participate in stuff like that. But I'm going to, obviously, you know my saying, that's obviously going to be more like a car crash instead of a religion, right? So we're obviously going to see that, you know, when people concentrate too much on the code, right, it's going to be a car crash instead of here's a crucifix, of a religion. It's going to be more towards this. And we're going to know this. This is actually when you have the most advantage. If you think everything's a car crash, you do all right, right? If you think everything's a religion, that's when you get screwed because you bag hold. But if you think everything's a car crash, then on average, you're going to survive better. You might not hold for the whole way, but you're going to be very skeptical of everything because you're going to think, oh, this community is like a car crash. It's the coin is not going to be able to keep everyone interested for years. People are going to lose interest. The code can be copied. You know, the leader hasn't been around for too long. Like, once you start thinking like that, then you know that these things carry inherently more risk. And if there's big fat green candles, you are taking profit on them, and you don't have like a target another 10x higher. So this is really important. So you go back, man. We're going to always think. That's why I always evaluate who's the leader, what are they like, and if you can't see the leader and it's anonymous, there's only one exception, and it's Satoshi. Okay. And by the way, Satoshi was a boss at the start. An absolute boss. So that was the first few years, and now he's gone. No one else has been able to do that, right? So that's the one exception. It's not the rule. For everyone else, we need a leader. We need to put a face. I almost think Bitcoin will be around for so long because it has the only anonymous founder, and the meme is so strong, you know, and everything else you need a face to differentiate with it. You know, because imagine if all of these cryptos were anonymous founders, all of them, and you didn't know, how would you really measure them? It'd be so hard. You'd actually look at the tech and the code, but then you have to look at what people are following, you know? So, once again, it comes down to people's beliefs, which has actually nothing to do with this complex DeFi coding stuff, right? So, there you go, friends. I hope you learned something today.